ready for it. That is tomorrow night. The Knicks hosting the Pacers, a battle of underdogs to get here. New York knocked off the defending champs, that is those Celtics. Indiana beating the top seed in the East, Cleveland. Pacers took 2 out of 3 from the Knicks in the regular season. Here's Karl Anthony Towns today on the matchup.
To find success here in New York is something that is not for everyone, and it's something that's extremely difficult to do. And for us to be in this position, shows that we stepped up to the challenge. Still more work to do, but it's like you said, it's sometimes good to take a step back and appreciate where you're at and where you came from, and also understand where you still have to go.
There's a handful of conversation about the history. And there are some Knicks fans and Pacers fans unaware of what happened 20 years ago. What's the one unheralded storyline with these two teams tomorrow night?
It's the wings, Kevin. I know there's so much focus on the point guards. The reason the Pacers are here, their wings dominated the Cavs. The reason the Knicks are here, their wings, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges especially, but also Josh Hart, beat the mighty Celtics. They were able to overcome that. So this is where, in my view, the rubber is going to meet the road. Can the Knicks' strong wings, the guys that they've invested so much in, Anunoby and Bridges, can they control those underdog, powerful, fast wings that Indiana has, Aaron Nesmith and Andrew Nembhard? They are underrated, but trust me, you talk to the teams that played in the playoffs last year. You talk to the teams that played them in the playoffs this year. You don't know who Aaron Nesmith and Andrew Nembhard are. You will know who they are in the next 2 weeks, and the Knicks need to use their heavily invested in wings to deal with that immediately.
I think Knicks fans know a lot about Nembhard, right? Hey,
right.
Let's talk a little bit about this Pacers roster, too, because, again, the stars are going to be Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, but the Pacers are deep. 10, 11 deep. That could pose a problem here when you talk about the minutes that the Knicks have logged over the course of the regular season and the playoffs.
Yes, and that's why the rest that the Knicks got by winning Game 6 was so important, giving them the 5 days off. Also keep an eye on Josh Hart. Josh Hart was so terrific in the last series against the Celtics. He draws the primary defensive assignment on Pascal Siakam, who's been a difference maker in this postseason for Indiana.
Wendy, great to have you here with us.
Glad to see you here in Oklahoma City.
It's good to be here. It's good to be on the road, as Elle will be on the road for MSG's matchup with the Knicks and Pacers tomorrow. Cannot wait for that. And we have much more here on SportsCenter. Stephen A. Smith will join us with his top concerns for the Knicks as they get ready to add another chapter to their postseason rivalry with the Pacers. For now, let's go.
Eastern Conference Finals between the Timberwolves and Thunder tips in just under 2 hours from now. The last time these teams matched up in the postseason, one of them was called the Supersonics. As for Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves, well, they're back on this stage for the second straight season, but trying to make their first NBA Finals in team history, and the pursuit of that starts tonight in OKC, and that is where SportsCenter has landed. I suppose more accurately, that's where Kevin Negandhi has landed. I'm Elle Duncan, holding things down in Bristol. We'll talk NFL owners meetings and playoff hockey from here, but Kevo, a big night in the Big Friendly.
Yeah, Elle, when you talk about this team specifically, the Thunder, it's been 9 years that this organization has played in the Western Conference Finals, and when you look at the roster, they're very young, but you don't get the sense that they're phased about the moment. As we get ready for Game 1, the Thunder hosting the Timberwolves, Western Conference Finals, 8:30 Eastern on ESPN. The Timberwolves are back in the conference finals, as you mentioned, for the second consecutive season. Third time in franchise history, they're seeking the franchise's first trip to the NBA Finals. As for the Thunder, as I mentioned, they're back in this conference final situation for the first time since 2016. All new faces. ESPN Bet Sportsbook lists Oklahoma City as the favorite to win both this series and the NBA Finals. No pressure. Thunder, they won 19 more games than the Timberwolves in the regular season. Largest difference between opponents facing off against each other in the conference finals since 1987. However, little has separated these teams since the start of March, and they boast the two best records in the NBA in that same span. So they're playing fantastic basketball in late spring as we get ready for the summer and the conversation of conference finals and the NBA Finals. Great to have our reporters here with us. That is Tim McMahon and Dave McMenamin. Tim, you've been with this team, that is OKC. Short turnaround. They were on this floor Sunday night, feeling really good against the Nuggets, closing that series out. How are they responding to the short turnaround, getting ready for the Timberwolves?
Well, howdy, Kevin. Welcome to Bricktown. Talking to Alex Caruso today after shoot-around, he said that he hopes they can use the continuity to their advantage. Obviously, the Timberwolves have had their heels kicked up for a little bit, they're rested. They're refreshed. You know, they've had that break. Caruso said he hopes playing every other day, continuing to play every day, that they'd have a little bit more flow. They'd have a little bit more rhythm. Now, OKC was in the opposite situation after the last series. They swept the Grizzlies. The Nuggets went 7. That rest versus rust thing, it didn't work out in OKC's favor when they were the rested team. They lost game 1. They hope, again, the rhythm and the flow works in their favor tonight.
And right behind us, we've got Ant-Man getting ready and working up a sweat. If you could take that camera action right there with that jumper, trying to get ready here on the road for game 1. And Dave, when you look at the Timberwolves team, they split the season series 2-2 here against the Thunder. What adjustments must they make? Because this is a team that likes to play zone defense against a Thunder team that has struggled in the past.
Look back to the game they played December 31st. The Wolves turned over the ball 24 times, 11 times in the third quarter alone, outscored 43-23 in that quarter. Spoke to Julius Randle about that this morning, and he said that that's something that is on top of our game plan, taking care of the basketball. They beat the Warriors a game in the second round with 21 turnovers. But if they do that against this team, they're going to pay for it. And Julius Randle said the ultimate goal for us is to win the championship. In order to win, you got to beat them all.
Yeah.
So why not beat these guys as well?
And by the way, keep in mind, this Thunder team thrives on mistakes. It jumpstarts their entire offense. They had 37 points off turnovers against the Nuggets in Game 7, and that's why Denver's watching this series at home. Guys, thank you so much. I mentioned Ant-Man warming up. We also had Julius Randle getting ready. Keep in mind, Randle only played 1 game in the regular season against the Thunder in those 4 matchups as he's getting ready for Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. For much more on this game, let's go to Tony.
Tonight at 7:30 Eastern. Undoubtedly, the Timberwolves would like to see Dante DiVincenzo get his shot going after shooting 43% from downtown last postseason. He's shooting just 25% through the first 2 rounds this year. Could be a big boon for the Timberwolves to assist Ant-Man. As we say, hello officially. 30 more minutes of Sports Center for you. I'm Elle Duncan back here in Bristol. We've got Kevin DeGandhi holding things down live from OKC as we get you ready for that game 1 between the Wolves and Thunder. Kevin, you keep talking about atmosphere. It's starting to fill in there. How are we feeling?
Oh, it's starting to pick up, and also Stephen A. Smith is in the house, so the buzz is building here in Paycom Center, getting ready for the first Western Conference Finals game in 9 years as the Thunder will host, as you mentioned, the Timberwolves. These two teams split their 4 meetings in the regular season, but when you talk about how well they've been playing, no one's better in since March than these two teams. All right, as we get you ready for the 8:30 tip-off Eastern time on ESPN, Timberwolves back in the conference finals for the 2nd consecutive season, 3rd time in franchise history. They're seeking the franchise's first trip to the NBA Finals. As for the Thunder, as I mentioned, back in the conference finals for the first time since 2016. ESPN Bet Sportsbook lists Oklahoma City as the favorite to win both this series and the finals. As we take a closer look at the records. Now, the Thunder won 19 more games than the Timberwolves this season, the largest difference between opponents facing each other in the conference finals since 1987. However, little has separated the...
What's your favorite team? Comment below, and if you liked the video, please leave a like. This really helps the channel grow and brings you even more content. Oh, and if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and activate the bell to receive all notifications. With each game, we notice that the NBA is getting more competitive every day, and all the teams are looking for reinforcements to win the championship. And only here can you follow your favorite team daily with incredible content from different sources. Here on the channel, there are new videos every day with analysis, curiosities, and the best moments in basketball. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for following along. The NBA doesn't stop, and neither do we. Until the next video. NBA, the passion that connects us.